When it comes to your CPP, are you leaving money on the table? What can you do now to increase your expected retirement benefit? The CPP is often dismissed as unimportant, but the reality is that it makes up a significant portion of most families' retirement income. Today, we're going to explore 6 strategies to optimize your CPP benefits, potentially boosting your annual retirement income by thousands. Hello and welcome. It's your favourite Scotsman here again, and I've got a cracker for you today. Make sure you stick around until the end, as one of the tips we've got there is one that many overlook and could significantly boost your benefits, especially if you work for yourself. Let's not waste any time and let's get stuck right in. First CPP tip I have for you is that taking CPP early is much more severe than you might realise. Let's look at an example using simple math here and assume that your CPP at 65 is $1,000 a month. This is your full pot of tea. If you decide to pour that tea early at age 60, it's like losing 36% of it to evaporation, leaving you with just $640 in your cup. But if you can wait a little bit longer and say until 61, that pot grows, giving you more tea in your cup, 0.6% per month, or sticking with this example of $712 to be exact. The difference between 640 and 712 is just over 11% increase just by waiting 1 year. Most people don't look at it like that, but you need to. Every year you hold off, the pot gets bigger. Now, if you've listened to me before, you will know that for most of you, I generally don't recommend taking CPP early. That said, I understand everybody has their reasons. All I suggest is that before you decide to pour your pot, do the math and consider how full you want your cup to be. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Alright couples, gather round for tip number 2, equalising your CPP. Picture this, you and your partner can actually share your CPP retirement pensions, balancing them out. People often overlook the strategy known as pension sharing, which can result in significant tax savings, particularly if one of you is in a higher tax bracket. How much can you share varies. It depends on how long you and your spouse have lived together during your joint contributory years between ages 18 and 65. I'm not going to go into specifics of this today, but if you have one spouse who worked all their life in a high paying job and another spouse who maybe didn't earn as much or stayed at home to be a homemaker, make sure you look into CPP equalisation. I will leave a link in the show notes for you to check out. Third tip today is for parents. If your nest is bustling with the pitter-patter of little feet, although like mine right now, then you're in for a treat with the child rearing provision. This little gem means that those years you dedicated to raising your young ones up until the age of 7 won't count against your CPP calculation. Remember that your CPP benefit is based on the contributions you make over time, so being able to exclude the years you spent raising kids is very beneficial. With my wife currently at home raising my daughter, this is something I'm very familiar with when it comes to my own personal retirement planning. You have to apply for it though, when you decide to start taking CPP. This is very important to remember. Just be aware that when you do apply for it, whatever quoted pension amount you see on your MyCRA account will increase. The same goes for CPP disability. Keep in mind though, that if you're collecting CPP disability, the calculation will exclude those years. To anticipate your pension amount after accounting for these situations, I'd recommend contacting the CPP. They have all the tools available to give you all the information you need. Quick break here. I won't bore you with the rest. You know what to do. Back to what you came for. Alright, diving into tip number 4, which might just be the best of all. If you're dreaming of calling it quits on the work life a bit early, let's say around 55 or 60, here's something to lighten your load. Those non-contributory years, the ones where you are retired before age 65 and not contributing to CPP, have less of an impact than you might think. Many of you stepping into retirement earlier than the traditional age might automatically think to start drawing CPP at the earliest opportunity, believing those years without contributions will significantly dent what you receive as a CPP benefit. But hold your horses. We recently explored a scenario just like this where life's curveballs prompted an earlier retirement. The key takeaway? Crunch those numbers before jumping into anything. Get the details directly from the CPP and then sit down with your financial planner to get a clear picture of the impact. Of course, if you don't have a financial planner, feel free to reach out to us and we'll point you in the right direction, whether it's working with us or someone else. Moving on to tip number 5. This is the one I said to stick around for, especially if you work for yourself. One massive planning oversight we see all the time is CPP contributions or lack thereof through self-employment. With the rise in contractors and consultants, the allure of dividends is strong. I get it. Who doesn't want more money in their pocket in the present? But here's the catch. Dividends don't contribute to your CPP. This could leave a gap in your retirement income, as CPP often forms a substantial part of it for many Canadians. If your primary source of income is dividends, it's crucial to strategize additional savings to compensate for the lack of CPP contributions. Let's look at the example of a couple, Jason and Laura. Both spouses are expecting to get close to the maximum CPP when they elect to take it at age 65. That's a little over $32,000 annually combined, indexed to inflation, and guaranteed for life. For an apples to apples comparison, if you were to go into the market today and buy an annuity that would pay you $32,000 a year, indexed for life, you would have to fork over a total of just over 560 grand if you're male and over 600 grand if you're female. You don't need a financial planner to tell you that it is a fair chunk of cash. Rounding off with our 6th and final tip, the CPP Survivor Benefit. Navigating this can be tricky, especially considering how benefits vary depending on whether the survivor is above or below 65. We've delved into this topic in another detailed video, which I highly recommend watching for a deeper understanding. The gist is that the survivor benefit involves a complex calculation influenced by many factors, including your age and whether you and your spouse are near the maximum CPP contribution level. It's crucial to grasp how these nuances affect your decision on when to initiate CPP to ensure that you're making the most informed choices for your future security. That's it, folks. Remember, every step taken today towards understanding and optimizing your CPP can add thousands to your retirement. Don't leave money on the table. Plan, prepare, and prosper. If you enjoyed today's video, then hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, and remember, a good financial planner understands your goals, but a great one knows the motivations behind them.